I also want to know your approach during the course, because you told us that you were working full time and you
Mhm.
were also doing a course simultaneously. So, how did you juggle with the timing? How did you find out the time where you could study? What was your schedule like?
Schedule was like okay. Prior, I was living in Gurgaon, and I was having my job. Due to COVID, every and all the restriction, I couldn't came back my home, and so I used to be there because our office was open, and I had you can say that check-in time of 10 a.m. and log-out time of like 5 to 6 p.m. So I what I try to do it, like I used to log out early. I used to finish my things early, and after that I used to come early to my home, and I used to start have some rest and just check my progress board as I mentioned earlier, and check for the webinar thing also. So every day or every twice or thrice a day certain webinars comes, and they used to certain show some insights and give some hands-on with the things. So I used to go on watch the videos of that, and so that is kind of habitual thing, you can say that. So once you start with the things, it can become your habit, so it's just like that. So I used to follow the things. I used to start with the things, and used to follow the webinars and other things, and the projects also. So you have your projects, the capstone projects. I was trying to implement some more projects by myself, and that you can say that it kinds of, when you stuck with the things, so while you are working in office now, you will also feel the same, like, oh, I got that answer. I was lacking on that part. So still there were certain things which are going in mind parallelly, but it's all about how much religiously you are doing the things. So that binds you towards the path which you are following, to become a data scientist or a machine learning engineer. So you need to understand the business, you need to understand everything, you need to understand the technologies, you need to understand the business acumen. So every problem, every project has different kind of, you can say that, arrangements and other thing. So you need to follow the things which I told you, parallelly engage. So how I used to prepare, like I used to give certain amount of time to one module, certain amount of time to other module. What I feel like that, you need to start with the theory, of course. Then you should directly try to jump on the implementing the things. For example, you started with the Excel. Okay, you should try to have a good project on Excel, or the cases studies on Excels, the formulas, functions, and everything. So you should be know that when it is used and how you need to cover that. So while in same for Tableau, for SQL, you need have hacker rank is there. Okay, project URL is there for Python practice. So you can take some, you can say that, questions, and you should try to implement those questions in a Jupyter notebook, and you should try to get some answers and insights from there. For the machine learning thing, yeah, you need to follow certain blocks, I would say that. Medium blocks are very insightful, you can say that. Everyone used to share their thoughts at certain, we used to have our own chat box, which we used to share the in Slack, which is it is creative. We used to share the insights of the, like, what we have done, what we are doing. So everyone should follow this approach, they can connect with themselves and try to have more insights about the things, how in machine learning, like how the logistic regression works, what are the questions that can be asked on logistic regression, what are the assumptions, how, when we need to use that. So if you're well versed with the conceptual thing, then you should just try to don't dig it too much, just try to implement those things and more with different problem statements, not on single problem statement, with different problem statements. You need to deal with the messy data in the company, so you need to be very you can say that hands on with the dirty data. So once you get well versed with that thing, so I would say that it works for you, and it will help you a lot, and to implement the things what have you learned so far.